We know that fashion and interior design are closely linked, and that extends to inspiration for art. We have a great project now from DIY expert Christian Dare. You're gonna love this. We are dealing with bead art right now, and let's show them the final, which is so cool. It feels amazing, so you get that beautiful bumpy texture. But you were inspired while looking at art.
Yeah, so I was traveling. I always find from all my DIYs, I get inspired by either going to art or fashion. Like there's this whole trend in fashion right now of this like sort of glam punk meets grunge, and we're getting fun beading on shoes and on jackets. And I actually saw this at sort of a high-end store. They did one hand beaded.
Yep.
It retails for around $2,000 US.
$2,000.
And takes 1,800 hours to hand bead.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know about you, Tracy. I don't have 1,800 hours to bead.
No.
I don't even know if you have 1,800 hours in a month. Like, I don't even know. Like, right?
There's
That's too much for me to figure out.
That.
So I try to figure out how can you do it super, super easily. So usually a DIY trick is hot glue gun everything. It doesn't really work for this, so don't try it. So you need a better glue.
Tiny little beads.
Just tiny glue. Yeah, exactly. So they're actually tiny seed beads, which you kind of can source in almost anywhere, online, bead stores, etc., etc.
So this is what they look like, and you'll all know this, any crafty folks out there. So you get them in these little jars, containers.
Yeah, and usually, there's a tiny, tiny little eye in them, so you can thread them. Okay. That's what they're traditionally used for.
If that's what you want to do.
If that's what you want to do. But I figured, I looked online, and there's actually this African artist who makes bead art on wooden boards. And the trick with the wooden board is it doesn't have give like a traditional canvas, so it's way easier to get good adhesion and to do it. So it's actually super simple. So what you want to grab is a couple of super easy things. You want to get a glue that dries clear. That's all that really matters, as long as it dries clear. Your beads, a pencil, a variety of paintbrushes, a little roller, some tape, kind of some generic things, a spray at the end just to affix it, and you get going. So I just did kind of a downsized panel for these sort of excuses. We don't want to do a giant one. And what you can do is, just for this guy, I actually just started in the corner and I free-handed my squiggle.
Oh, yeah?
Of course, now my squiggle is going to look not great.
No, it's good.
But the thing with this also, wherever you screw up, you can bead over it.
That's right.
Right? So it's super easy.
It's very forgiving.
I knew my lip drawing would not be amazing, so I cheated. Print it out online.
Yes.
One of my great cheats is you then do on the back with just a lead pencil.
Yeah.
It's basically making fake tracing paper.
Okay.
So you flip it over wherever you want to place it, and then as you trace, and I'll just do a little part of it for you.
I love the lip you found.
You'll
That's a
see,
good, juicy
it's a little
lip.
bit faint there, but you can see the line it starts to create.
It goes through.
It goes right through. So it's super simple. So any shape you want to do, like an eye, a lip, anything, think of something fun, kind of psychedelic. It might be a little kiddie, but it kind of feels kind of fun and nostalgic, right?
Right.
So,
and you should have that vibe if you're doing bead art.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess you could do a serious thing, but it's nice if there's a little bit of retro.
It feels a little bit more fresh and more modern to do it this way. So for this guy, I wanted to do actually a little more, the stripes a little bit more geometric.
Yes.
So I actually just used a ruler and taped it off. So super simple. So what you want to do with that guy is we're actually now, it's almost like paint by number, but it's bead by number.
Okay.
So the easiest thing for the straight lines, glue, super, super simple. And we're actually, if you want to start.
Are we going to paint on the glue?
You're going to glue instead of painting.
Okay.
That's one reason you could paint your canvas any color you wanted. I left it wood, and you can do a thick thing of glue.
Oh, like go for it.
You go for it.
Okay.
I left it natural wood so you can see it. It's not too fast, but it is pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
But, so,
got it.
The advantage to that, and then the trick is don't apply your beads now, because when you peel, it will take some of the edge of the beads off.
Okay, let me just put a little bit more. Yeah. Good.
So then, when we peel it, you're going to get clean glue lines.
Okay.
So you get a very clean glue line.
So you didn't want to put the beads on while the tape was still there?
No, because what will happen is the edge beads will get popped off as you peel. It's kind of like when you pull the paint and it's dried a little bit.
Okay.
So then you just pick any color, and it's actually easy if you leave them in here. Yeah. And you just start sprinkling.
Oh, that's so good. That's so easy.
So easy.
So then do you do the thing where you sort of pop the loose ones off, scoop them back in the jar, put them back on?
So what I've done is that's why I always have a kind of variety of brushes. Yeah. So you kind of are like, oh, let's move these guys out of the way. You can push them in. And you just fill the whole guy, and then when this section dries, which it'll dry pretty quickly, you just go on and you paint the next section with the glue.
Got it.
So with the freehand, you have to do the lips a little bit freehand. Yeah. But it's pretty simple if you've ever drawn in a lip before on yourself. Right. With a makeup brush, right?
Yes,
that's basically what we're going to do. So you just take the glue, super, super simple, and you just follow the outline.
Nice.
So you just follow along, fill in, like always line first, right?
Oh, look at you giving us tips on putting on our lipstick.
Don't make it too different of a color. You want it to blend well, right?
Yeah.
So then once you do that, you just start beading. And it's super simple. Once you've got the outline done, I actually did this in front of the TV. So just binge watch 3 or 4 episodes. And actually, this guy only took me 3 hours.
Okay.
And 3 glasses of wine.
Okay.
So it's super simple. So you just go around. One trick I learned, so there's a couple little tricks.
That's the beginning of the lip there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is I found this guy in a craft store. It's the trick to the lips. Now, we're not going to plump up the lips.
What are you doing in the lips?
Whenever you're in a part where you'll find often, even when you go to this guy, see how there's little spots, is you kind of can fill in, because it's the glue. So you get a little bead of glue, and then what you do is you grab tweezers.
Oh, you get really specific.
You get real specific, and you basically can then move any little bead you need to move with the tweezers.
That's why you stop at the 3rd glass of wine.
That's why you stop at the 3rd glass of wine.
Because you got to get it in a little...
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So and then the exact finishing last thing is to just spray it with a sealant.
Okay.
So I did 3 or 4 coats, because I didn't want to hang it on the wall and then have a couple beads start to fall. But so just spray it. Make sure you're doing it in a well-ventilated area outside.
Yeah.
And then that'll seal the whole thing so you can hang it.
That is so cool. I love that. So it didn't take 1,800 hours to make,
about
which is
3
great.
hours and under $50 for all the supplies.
Under $50.
Yep,
so remember, the one you saw was $2,000.
$2,000.
This is $50, which is pretty amazing.